Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 70 of building the Back to the Future DeLorean. This issue, we are going to be finishing off and installing the first door. A very cool part. I like it. It's going to go on there really nicely, I'm sure. So, yeah, we've got a little bit of finish off on the interior of that, screwing it together, and then fitting the hydraulic piece to there, and then fitting the door in place. Look at it, look at it, look at it in all of your eyes. Great, I'm enjoying that. Romance with Doc, Clara. Obviously, a new character introduced in Back to the Future Part 3. Not in the first two at all. No, she wasn't. It's interesting, yeah. But, yep, obviously, love interest for Doc. Very cool. Nice to have a bit of closure for him. Delgado Mine, Marty and Doc uncover the DeLorean, which has been buried for 70 years. Yeah. There's a thing about how many DeLoreans existed at any particular time, and it's quite scary because they buried that in the future and found it in the past. But when the first film starts, it's still there in the mine, but very convoluted. So next time we are again in a different order. That's not what we've got next time. I said that before, but they lied. We've actually got the interior for another door. Remember, last time they said we're starting with cables, and we weren't. So, yeah, but next time we're starting on the other door. Let's get these parts put together. Right, so the parts installed or given today, we've got already some hinges attached to that. It's quite interesting. This is not mentioned on any of the parts, on any of the list. I believe it's a block to hold the door open. That you can just sort of wedge in place. That's a little bit worrying that I can only find one of those. There might be another one of those around somewhere as well. Let me go back to the instructions. No, there is only one arm plate, so that's good. Just as well I didn't lose that. So, yeah. So that, I believe, is just to hold the door open, like wedge it open, because it might not hold open on its own. So, the door, the one that we were doing from previously, here it is, in all of its lovely glory. We're going to be installing not that and not that yet. This to there, making sure the cable runs free. This goes over there, just like that. Sort of locks in place. Again, the cable needs to come out of that little run. The little run, not the big run. The big run is for that bracket. Right, this is going to take a little bit of manipulation to get lined up right, I think. I need to get the hinges out of the way as well. There. Bottom part of this that's not playing games, maybe because that hinge is in the way. There we go. Let me get a couple of screws in there loosely and then manipulate it a little bit more. So NM screws for that. We'll be needing 4 of them. So let's get 4 out. There we go. Go with that screwdriver, I believe. So I'm going to get 1 screw in over here. That, I believe, is lined up. Could be wrong, it might not be. Going in anywhere really, so that's not lined up. Get the cable out a little bit. There we go. Hinge keeps getting locked out of place. Let's try this one over this side then. I think that's better lined up now. I've got that cable out of the way. You going anywhere? That is, yeah, that's tightening up somewhere. So that's gone in there. Then try this the other side. Again. Obviously, this is a metal piece that I'm installing, and it's a metal door that it's being installed to. So there's not really any give. You can't bend them and flex them a bit. That started off in there, so that's okay. This is then going to go down there, hopefully with no trouble. Again, got a couple of turns on that. The last one should be just down there. And that is going down. Just double checking. Yeah, that should be on the outside of that. That's okay. So I'll get all of these tightened up, make sure they're all secure. But before I do that, let me move that off to the side. Bring in the body of the car itself, because we're going to do a couple of little things to that. Now, I did mention about the colour, but the colour is the same. It just looks a bit more yellowy. I don't know if my lighting system has changed or anything, but I don't know. So this is where we're dealing up here. So we need to fit this in there, like that. That, I believe, is where that bracket comes into play. It is. And we are using QM screw to hold that in place. The one, though. The one for now. There are multiple screws there, though, so I'm sure we're going to be using others very, very shortly, very soon. So there we have that, and that is going over the top of it. Like that. One peg, a pin or a peg this side, and a screw on that side. That will hold that hydraulic piece in place. So it rotates. Right. Then we need to get the door installed, but I can't do that until I get all the screws tightened up. So let me make sure that's all okay first. And then we need to thread the wire through and get that fitted in. The wire is going to go through that hole there like that. So that's nice and easy. We'll get that done. Let me get all these tightened up and see how that is going to attach a bit like that. I'll see you in a moment. So that's all of these nice and tight and secure in there. So let's get the cable threaded through. Like that. Through there with the label on it, because I need to know what the label, where this is. This is 2. We had 1 and 3 before, didn't we? So this is 2 is obviously the lights. So I'm assuming 4 is going to be the lights on the other side. So now we need to do the tricky bit. There's 3 more QM screws to fit in. 2 for the hinge piece, or the hinge pieces, and 1 for that hydraulic bit that fits onto the side. So let's see. The hinge pieces have got a pin and a screw hole, and they're obviously lining up into there and there. I can get those lined up with the help of some gravity from this side. Then turn it over. And hopefully everything will still line up. Let's see how that works, shall we? Screw on the screwdriver. Through there. That should be going into that bracket. Certainly going into something. I think I can let go of that now. This is on the ground. That wasn't. There we go. One in there. That's not feeling the same. I think that bracket is not lining up. So I'm going to need to get this open and play around with that and get that on. And then we can see exactly what we're dealing with. So let's try that again. I'll do this off camera because I can't show you exactly where I'm manipulating things anyway. I might be able to. Let's have a look. Get that open. There's the bit that I need to play with. And that needs to line up Out there. Back a little bit further. I think it's about there. Is that it? Is that it? Let's find out. No, that's not it. Right, I'll do this off camera and I'll show you how it attaches in the end, eventually, when I get there. Okay, that's that all tightened up in there. So that now hinges as it should. The last thing to do is to attach the other end of this. Get it out. There it is. And let's rotate it a bit. It is actually a functioning piston. That attaches to there like that, which I can't do on camera. Well, I can do on camera, but not terribly on camera, because you can't quite see it. But there we go. That's going in there, just attaching from the outside. Like that. And there we have it. Now, the door does not stay open, but that is just the right size to fit in there. So that will hold it open if you need to have it displayed open. So I should tell you about it, but they just don't bother. But other than that, it's nice. It clips shut. It works nicely. I'm happy. I'm happy with how that's gone together. So, one more issue done. Next time, I say we're starting on the other door, so I don't need any of this, I don't think. I think it's just an internal self-contained piece. So, that's it. That's what you get to see so far. I don't remember the black so much. I just remember it being silver, but I'm sure there are. And once the other panels go on, it's going to be very minimal black on the outside. So, thank you for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you soon for more of this. Bye-bye for now.